What's going on, everyone? Deejus here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Now, this is a continuation of the user submitted replays. This one was brought to me by a 1050 player. I'm not going to reveal which of the two users submitted this, but by a 1050 player playing another 1050 player, a bit lower than the last one. Some of y'all were complaining that the last one wasn't quite mid-tier because in actuality 1150 is actually pretty damn good on terms of like the scale of Advanced Wars by Web players. So this is more even mid-tier player, so there's gonna be a lot more mistakes. This is also fog. The last one was in standard, so there's different mistakes for each thing. I would say the jump or the dip from 1150 to 1050. In 1150, they kind of had some macro mistakes, like the unit selection and stuff wasn't great, but they had great engagements. They knew what they were doing. They had great tactical awareness. At the 1050 level, you kind of miss those macro things, and you also the micro things. Like, their engagements aren't typically going to be as great. You can't really make up for sloppy macro with good micro in these lower levels. But that being said, they're still well above the curve. 1050 is not easy to get to. I didn't get to 1050 immediately when I joined Advanced Wars by Web. I struggled at 1,000 for a little bit. So these guys are great players, but you'll notice a few more mistakes. And I know in my last video I kind of pick on people, you know, tough love. I'm just gonna say I prefer in teaching style. I prefer to just say shit. I might be a little mean or condescending. I apologize, but it's kind of necessary to get better. My best teachers in life were the ones who were like, Deejus, that was the worst presentation I've ever heard. You should be ashamed of yourself. Those were the classes where I got straight A's because they really they tell you you're doing a terrible job, and I was like, oh shit, I need to really fix myself up. So personally, I like tough love. That's how I grew up. That's when I performed my best, is when I was pushed. And so if I say some mean shit, I'm sorry. These guys are good overall. Just remember that they're ahead of most of the pack. So when I say some mean stuff, or not mean stuff, but you know, constructive criticism, you don't take it personally. Anyway, this map right here, Normandie, 1 vs 1 Normandie. You know, just like Normandy, you go from the back boats to the beaches, you land all your shit. So you start off with a black boat on your weak side and a lander on your strong side. I say weak side because it is easier to reinforce this with a lander with like artillery, with tanks, whereas your black boats only be covering mechs and infantry, ferrying mechs and infantry through it. So typically what you see on this map is the comm tower is the main point of attack. You want to get an early recon as one player and interrupt the comm tower of their mechs and infantry early. You usually see like a day 3 recon, maybe a day 4 recon. Recons are pretty good on this map. There's a lot of roads, a lot of vision is needed on the offensive side because you can't really get the mountain until later. So you're going to need a recon on your offensive side, not on your defensive side, because you're going to have a mountain. If you're yellow, you're going to get control of this mountain early, and you're not going to need a recon. You're going to have plenty of vision. So typically people just spam out recons early for the strong side. That's just, day 3 recon is pretty much standard on this map. You typically see it in the higher levels. You see it. I basically get a day 3 recon a lot of the time. Another thing is mechs are actually very good on this map. You want to have mechs on your weak side because, or else you're going to get steamrolled by a bunch of like tanks, recons, all that stuff. You want to be aware of all that. So typically 2, 3, 4, 5 mechs a game is not unusual here. Mech spam, I wouldn't call it mech spam. Mech spam kind of cheapens it. I wouldn't call it a mech spam, but you know, you plop 2 mechs in here, you unload 2 mechs at a time. Like, that's not that terrible on this map, especially if you're playing as Adder or Cole, where you get the movement bonus, and then those bad boys can move 3, 4 spaces. That's pretty damn good. So typically mechs are actually very good on this map. Artillery actually pretty good too on your offensive side. You want to get artillery on the offensive side. Maybe put it on this forest over here. Make sure you can grab their opponent's comm tower and these cities and fire on the mountain if you choose to do so. So artillery aren't bad, especially you can transport the artillery, ferrying it with the lander and really get rid of those hindrances of the 5 movement with the lander. The lander can reach this shoal over, or whatever the hell it's called over here, a shoal I think, in 2 turns. So it's pretty damn good. Landers are not a bad unit at all for transporting artillery. Copters usually reinforce the weak side as well. So if you're going the offensive, you want to have an early anti-air. You want to have an artillery and an anti-air on your offensive side because they're going to be spamming copters. It only takes 2 turns for the copters to get involved and defend the comm tower area. So you're going to want to have copters on your strong side. And yeah, so that's pretty much the map. No real point in fighting in the middle with all this is useless. So it's usually like a 2-front map. You can front switch a lot. A lot of people front switch, go front switches. Sometimes go, I think I watched this game, he started off actually making this his strong side. He sent all his tanks to his weak side, and then he shifted over to his other side over here. So do what you want to do. Let's see what these two players got in them. We have the Von Volt versus Sturm matchup. Now, a lot of you, oh, sorry, monkeypox. Monkeypox got me, but yeah, so Von Bolt is pretty tough matchup for Sturm because you're going to be doing 80% firepower as Sturm, and then Von Bolt has an extra 10% defense, especially in a map where you can deny a comm tower. Imagine going 80% strength to 10% defense on a city, so 40% defense, you're not going to do jack shit. Von Bolt, freaking tank on a city, a Sturm tank attacks it, good luck with that. That's going to be a terrible engagement. But Sturm is good in the higher levels. Sturm has a higher ceiling. I think Sturm is actually a better CO on this map than Von Bolt, but it takes a higher skill ceiling to really appreciate that, to really abuse the recons and the artillery moving through these forests and what. I mean, like, you can build a day 3 recon, that thing's gonna zoom over there. You can build a day 4 and it'll reach the same time as a day 3 recon normally, maybe even quicker than that. So Sturm, really high skill ceiling. The best players can really abuse him. I think Sturm is the better pick on this map. You can get through the shoal with the lander, so you can get to this port quicker. You can get your recons reinforcing really early. You can get a recon on the strong side, you can get a recon on the weak side simultaneously if you want. Recons are great on this map. So yeah, I like the Sturm pick here, but it's tough going against Von Bolt. Von Bolt's just consistently good. Not really much of a ceiling or a basement. You're just going to be consistently good. Tough matchup, but I'd say Sturm is the pick here, to be perfectly honest. Maybe even Hawk. Because it's just a big map and you're going to get global damage. It's going to hurt a lot. But, you know, in the lower levels, Von Bolt's good. So let's see how it works out. Anyway, without further ado, let's get this game on the road. So our guy at the top over here in the yellow comment is Jassyp, but I'm just going to say Jazzy because it sounds cool, like some band, like, yo, I'm Jassyp. Jassyp in the beats, let's go. Typical stuff. Some people really like to actually put infantry in this black boat early and pump it out and just go all in for the comm tower. I don't recommend that. Maybe you would. No, I don't recommend. I mean, if you're really scared about them taking the comm tower, you can. But I mean, the comm tower is not the end of the world if you don't have it. Like I said in earlier videos, the comm tower is nice and stuff, but like, you don't want to sack your entire, like, oh wow, you don't want to sack your entire, like, what's the property gaining stuff at the beginning. You know, your property turns, getting it early. So he opts to split. Some people like to put 2 infantry in one and send it off here, maybe drop 2 here. I kind of like that. Put 2 infantry in here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 caps there the next turn, 1 caps there the next turn. Opting to go over here instead with just a single infantry, which is curious. Also just going with a single infantry over here. I like to go with 2 and 1. Maybe 2 infantry go over here in the black boat, start capping here, and then the next turn 2 in this one. Not 1 and 1. Unless you're going for really early. So I kind of disagree with that. I kind of like going, because now you're going to have these 3 infantry. What are they going to be doing? One's going to cap that. The other going to be sucking their own ball sacks over here, like not doing anything. They're going to even like step on each other's toes. One's going to go here. The other one's going to like stand behind it in the forest because they can't even go max movement. And then I guess you can cap the port next turn with one of them, but like, kind of shitty. I don't really like that. I think you should go double infantry into one of the two. Just don't be dabbling. We talked about this before. Don't be dabbling, okay? You want to be stabbling. Put them both in one boat. Yeah, that's right. 2 big boys in one boat. 2 big boys in one big black boat. Let's go. There you go. Double capping. Next turn, you get these 2 in the lander. Beautiful. And you got the day 3 recon. Jassyp playing meta. Probably watched one of the higher level games. Saw what they were doing. And just copied it, which is, there's no shame in that at all. Yeah, look at these little, okay, so the infantry went in the boat, which is better than just sitting around. Both of them going for a day 3 recon. Hashtag meta, let's hashtag go. Not too unusual. Bringing the lander in, abusing the Sturm lander. I like that, but this early, I guess you can get a chain. You capture this, then you capture, or no, first you capture the dock, then you capture that, but like, 2 turns just spent over here when it could have, you know, be capturing these 2 properties and stuff by now, like, a little dubious. But, okay. Whoa, what the? Okay, so we go back here. So, just plopping out 1? Okay. A little curious there. Not terrible. But let's see what yellow does. Doesn't opt for the port at all. Opts to get that later. These 2 are going to go in the black boat next turn and reinforce. This recon is definitely getting to that comm tower before these guys are even aware of it, though. Those Sturm recons are real. They're really good at denying properties early. That's why they're so good on this map. Like I said, Day 3 recon is the meta right now. Someone can break the meta. You know how Spoot broke the meta with like Grid on that map, building a tank early instead of artillery or recon or anything. You can break the meta just because you expect this early recon. Maybe you make an earlier mech or something in position. Maybe you build an early tank. You don't even like opt to do so. I don't know. I haven't really put too much thought on this map so far, but okay, there we go. Going over here, I guess, yeah, not bad. Instead of going over here and maybe recapping some stuff, opting to get this infantry over there and then going for this side cap over here on this property, not bad. I like what I see so far. Nothing too bad from both players. This was a little dubious. It wasn't a bad move. Okay. Now the recon's going to the strong side, which I do not agree with. You want to be denying this Comtel over here on their weak side. Not on their strong side, because you're going to expect to see tanks and shit here later on. You want to get this recon over here. What's it doing over here? Come on. Gotta deny the comm tower, you do not want to let them capture any of these properties right here. You want a hard line. I mean, they're going to get the comm tower probably early, but you want to at least try to stop them. And see, like, this recon over here, it's going to get on that city probably, and then be able to deny this comm tower right there. Whereas this run's just out of position now. Like, even if you slide back over there, like, you're not going to get vision of the comm tower, so the comm tower is free meat. Oh, so that was a little interesting. I don't know why he shifted over. They got these things are loaded with some fat infies over here, saving up some money. Oh, I guess not really. Both pretty typical stuff. What the? Whoa, what is this? This lander went from like, what the? Okay, so this lander came over here, then went over there, and then the infantry. There's another infantry that snuck in there, and now it's. Okay, did some Houdini shit. I guess it had some infantry in there for the whole time. Not terrible, actually. That's kind of cool. A little bit behind on the capture game over here. Maybe you'd probably have this already capped as a normal opening as yellow, but not terrible. You can capture this property. I mean, there's a chain. Capture these two. That's the infantry chain. You capture one, then you capture the other without having to waste a turn walking to another property. So that's not terrible, but okay, interesting. Also built a tank over here. I kind of skipped over the last turn. Comes over here. Imagine if there was already just a Sturm, like, recon on there. Like, you get a free shot off. You see this one over here. Like, it's not going to capture this property. So this is just, like, free meat. And what is the recon doing on the strong side? I think this is just an instance of not understanding the strong side versus the weak side. I think Genesis, the Sturm player, is just kind of, like, dabbling around. Like, where do I go? I got a recon. Let's go. Sees what's going on. Okay, interesting. There's no tank over here, so... You know, you're heavy in, you know, contested territory. Even if you're, like, slowly slow down some of these caps over here, this is Yellow's strong side, so he will get them eventually. So you want to be forcing stuff on your strong side because you can maintain that. Like, oh, they're never getting this property. Good game. Whereas, oh, I can slow down this property, but then they're going to get it, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 turns later. Who really gives a shit? Like, you don't want to be dabbling around like that on the strong side of your opponent. But, ooh, look at that. I hate that. It can't even move. Like, excuse me, get in line. Like, I want to get out of here. But the stupid landers and shit are out of the way. Like, I just hate to see it. The infantry get bunched up like that. You want to see them free. You want to see them in those landers. You want to see them in those black boats. So, typical. Oh my god. You hate to see this. Allowing that stuff, like, uncontested... Oh, really boils my boils. Whatever the term is. But, hey, so Sturm's not getting that. But Von Bolt is definitely getting that. So Jazzy should be jazzed right now. If I'm Jazzy, I'm like, hell yeah. Oh my god. What a terrible engagement right there. You can't even stop the cap. It's not bringing it down to past 3. Maybe it brings it down to 4, maybe it brings that down to 3, but it's still capping that. Because there's no comm tower. Jazzy's going to be getting a comm tower, but that's pitiful damage. I mean, I hope I don't see a recon violence. That's like, when you go to like middle school and stuff, that you have the Dare Lion, like you don't encourage recon violence. I hope this recon attacks some of these infantry over here. Now, if you were playing a higher level game, you would have seen at least 1 or 2 mechs over here by now. 1 or 2 mechs over here right now. Just to defend, like imagine there was a recon here and you had a mech here. The recon attacks this, it's like, cool. Bring off your infantry, mech kills the recon. Bye-bye recon. There you have it. So you want to have mechs to back up your infantry, or else there's a free meat. There's no retaliation. You bring a recon here, there's no retaliation whatsoever. Not a tank, not a B-copter, not a mech. That's why you want some mechs over here. See, free lunch. You can hit all this stuff, nothing's gonna stop you. There's no lander to bring these tanks over here. It's gonna take ages for these tanks to get over here. So, mechs are a necessity on this map. You need to have mechs. I don't care if you're not freaking Cole or Adder on this map and you don't have the best mechs, but still, even if you're Jess or some like poor infantry specialist, like, get some damn mechs. Yeah, a mech. So this recon getting free hits, but he's probably not going to. Just, I feel like in the lower levels you kind of are more hesitant to do things than the higher levels. You kind of expect to be punished when you're not going to be punished. So let's see what Jassyp does. Are we going to see some recon? I think we're going to see recon and recon violence. I'm just so used to it. There you go. Okay, so good. Capture that before any engagements. Smart move. I like that. I still make those mistakes with these days, so it doesn't matter what level you are. Early anti-air. Love it. Love it, Jassyp. You're doing great so far. You're doing great. I like Jassyp's opening so far better than Sturm, even though Sturm should have probably had a better opening. Early anti-air. Love it. Day 8. Perfect. Day 8. Day 9. Beautiful window. You put 11 is pushing it, because you can afford a copter next turn. And, I mean, you could afford a copter probably a little even earlier if you wanted, but you love to see it. It's going to take a bit of a time to get it. That's why you want it day 8 or earlier if possible, because then it's going to take 3 or 4 days to get over there. So as early as possible, because those copters are coming. Let's not kid ourselves. There's always copters there. And in the higher levels, you're always going to see copters and mechs. You're just going to see that on Normandy. The beaches in Normandy, when they stormed them in World War II, that shit was full of copters and mechs. I don't know if you guys are watching, but Hitler was pissed when he saw that shit land. I'd be pissed too if I saw that many copters and mechs. Alright, bringing the tank to the weak side. Okay, so an interesting maneuver. I'm not against this. You don't have to always go strong side over here. Seems like he thinks this is his strong side, because he brought the recon over here. Genesis brought the tank over here. I don't hate it. There's a recon over here. Not a bad idea. You don't have to always prescribe to the same strong side, the same weak side as everyone else. Hell, you can make your weak side your strong side if you really want to. It might be a little more challenging, but hell, you can do it. More power to you. So, that was a bit wimpy. Whoa, that just literally sat there. I think he just didn't want to even allow that infantry on there. So instead of attacking, that recon just chilled. I don't hate it. I might attack just to get some damage off, but because, I mean, you're going to be able to interrupt it later with the recon anyway. There's nothing to stop it. But I guess he might have been fearing a mech or a copter or something. Still no copters. But, yeah, so we got just one recon over here. Hella late. Hella late. This should have been there day, like, 4 or 5. But it's day 9, and it hasn't even gotten an engagement. I mean, there's 2 recons now. I like the vision, though. Good vision. Can see what's reinforcing. Gonna see if Jassyp moves that tank over there. Not terrible. No, some beginner mistakes, nothing terrible. Okay, first mistake by Jassyp. Going on the offensive on your weak side. I mean, you don't see anything, so he's like, oh, free real estate, whatever. But that doesn't mean you go balls to the wall. Like, come on, like, that's some Mang's infantry right there. You don't want to go balls to the wall with your infantry. Like, you got your thing, you got your spoils of war. Sit back, thank your gods or whatever the hell. Yes, I got it without contested. That was super easy. You're not going to push your luck and be like, this guy can't even stop my comp tower, let's go. No, you don't want to freaking do that and, you know, go too far. Also, get vision first. Go on this mountain first. See the vision. Then consider what you're going to do. You don't attack even with vision though, but always get vision first before you do engagements, because you want to see as much intel as possible. Not worth delaying this, because Black is going to get this property. Let's not kid ourselves. This is on Black's side. There's tanks, there's recons. These things are dead, or they're going to be significantly weakened. They're not going to die because there's no comp tower. It's Sturm versus Von Bolt. It's going to do like a freaking like pillow slap or some shit. But just too ballsy on the weak side of it. There's no mechs, there's no copters, there's no support. It is just 6 infantry versus God knows. He doesn't even know. There could be tanks there. There could be artillery there. And artillery is not unusual on this map to have that early over here. Just really reckless infantry over here. This guy is definitely taking Mang's as an inspiration. Base skipping over here, I don't really like that as well. You want to keep pumping out infantry. I think I would like over here, tank, maybe 2 mechs. Not bad. Tank, 2 mechs, 6k. That's exactly the thing you want. Bring the black boat over. It's better late than never, to be perfectly honest. I mean, mechs should have been over here, you know, pushing and supporting this mountain area at this point, or even further. But better late than never. You need to get some mechs in there. And you don't even have to base skip if you do that. 2 mechs are damn good. And it's hard to kill those mechs, too. This Sturm guy's going to tickle those freaking mechs. It's not going to do jack shit. So, Jassyp just still chilling on that comm tower. I mean, why not? But there's the tanks come. He sees it. He had vision. He saw the tank in there. So if he checked the replay, he would know. See the... why is he not attacking? He should be attacking. Even though it's like not the best engagements because it's Sturm versus Von Bolt. Still. Okay, still getting a tank chain over here. 1, 2, 3. Tank chain to the weak side. Still no copters, still no mechs. I don't know. You know, first time on this map for them probably. Maybe they watched the first few turns. I think Jassyp might have watched the first few turns. D3 Recon's great, you know. But after that, there's like, I'll do it on my own. Freestyling it, bish. Okay, not bad front switch. Easily switching from this forest to this forest. That's the power of Sturm. Just whoop. Now you see everything over here. Like I said earlier, recons on your strong side because you're not going to have this mountain. On your weak side, you don't need recons. Look at all that nice vision. You can put an artillery in these forests. Got beautiful vision. Just hold down the comm tower. That's your goal. Don't push. Just hold down the comm tower and what properties you have cobbled together. Then you really punish on your strong side. Hold the line, your weak side, punish strong side. Don't try to attack both sides at the same time or you're going to get your ass whooped. Or you can shift to this, make this your strong side, but then you're going to have to pull back on your other side. So, like I said in other videos, choose a side, push with that side, hold the line with the other side. That's it. Not pushing on both sides, not being wimpy on both sides. Now, yellow getting a little greedy over here, but, I mean, why not? It's going to be hard to dislodge that infantry from there. And Sturm doesn't really have... see, but if you're going to be doing this ballsy shit, you want to shift this tank over here as well. So you have 2 tanks and a recon over here to really punish and take home that comm tower. If you're going to be going on the offensive, you want to bring all your forces to one side. We got dabblers. Dabblers alert. We got dabblers. Dabbling over here, dabbling over there. Come on. We're not dabblers over here. We're stabblers. Let's get with the program. Don't understand that move at all. Get on the freaking city over there. Or you're on a shoal. That's a 2-hit KO on the shoal. If you're on the city, that recon's gonna do... It's gonna freaking tickle you, man. Your best friend when you are playing against Sturm or you are in Von Bolt in general, or your CO with defensive increase, Javier, Von Bolt, Sturm, stay on the property. Stay in the forest. Get some terrain. That's really hard to kill your units. Getting on the shoal is just allowing you to be susceptible. Like, that recon get on the city, then it's hard to kill his recon on the city. So what you really want to do, get some nice... Okay, I understand a little bit more now. Trying to heal that. But still, why are you all the way over here? It's going to be a 2-hit KO or close to it. Anti-air finally coming in. The tank's coming in, stepping on their toes. See, you wish that tank could go over to this thing over here, but they're just stepping on each other's toes. Look at this little cluster cluck over here. It's cluster cluck. Finally, first copter. There we go. Let's go. This is a copter map. I know, it's obvious. Look, there's no anti-air for Genesis either. Jazzy's on top of it. Got the early anti-air. Love it. Nothing. No copters, no anti-air for Genesis. Mistakes already being noticed. So, hell, you can get away with murder building some copters. Even if they're expected, I like building copters on this map because bringing a copter does damage, then they kill with the anti-air. You kill the anti-air, then you have a second copter. What do you do then, boy? Huh? So, don't mind if I do. All right, so we got these Meng's infantries are just gonna die because that's what happens to Meng's infantries. And okay, so we're going now. It seems like black is dabbling a bit. Recon's on this side. Actually, I kind of like this. Recon's on this side because all there is infantry. Well, there's a tank over here. You kind of want to leave. Let's get this tank in range to cover these recons, and then it'll be a good move. Ooh, no coverage of this recon. I don't like that. Maybe move it one over to the city, and that's a little bit better. But you want to have coverage of your units. If he attacks your recon, you want to be able to punish it. So, you know, just Advanced Wars 101. You want to have punishing. You don't want to allow free units. You want to have something. If they attack your units, you want to have something to hit them back. It's a give and take. Someone attacks you, you attack back. You know, you're not just gonna allow them to get free hits on you. There we go, anti-air. Not bad. A little later. Day 10 normally is a fine time for an anti-air, but on this map, I think it's needed earlier. day 8, dare I say day 7. Day 8 is probably the most common. Maybe day 9. Day 10 is way too late. Way too late. Missed the boat on that one. And, okay, getting infantry kills. I mean, you're not going to cap that, though, but... Okay, at least the didn't... okay. Not a terrible engagement, actually, because you're in the forest, so it's going to take something to reveal. And... Whoa, 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 whoa. Way too aggressive with that infantry over there. This guy must be inspired by Mang's videos. He has so many Mang's infantry. He is so reckless with these bad boys. I can already tell his unit count is going to suffer. Early game, he's playing like he doesn't give half a shit about unit count. He's just going for properties, he's going for attacks. And he's ahead on properties, good for him. He's ahead on the comp towers, but still, unit count is the most important metric in Advanced Wars. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. Unit count is the most important metric in Advanced Wars. Unit count, then income, then unit value. Because you can always pull back if you have unit income, so it's a little bit better than unit value in my opinion. But unit count, so important. So important. Just a bad engagement. Like, he saw the tank right there. Like, I mean, saw the anti-air. That's just a bad engagement right there. I understand, like, wanting to bring your anti-air to the max area over here. Actually, no, he attacked. Oh, that's why. He attacked the infantry with the anti-air. Just a bad move in general. You don't want to be doing that with your anti-air. You want to be putting in this forest over here, hiding it so you catch the copters off guard. But just attacking with your anti-air to an infantry is just reckless. I mean, you spent 8k on that unit, and then 2 tanks come in and you're going to kill it. So, like, there you have it. Not kill. Oh, was killed. That was definitely a roll without a comm tower, but he got a little lucky. But, I mean, it was pretty much good as dead anyway with 1 HP, so... Now, Genesis having a little bit of a revival over here, having his own Genesis. More infantry, more tanks. This is his weak side, but he's winning it because Jassy's kind of dabbling and suiciding his units on the side over here. Those are all so dead. His unit count is already garbage. Garbage. What is this infantry? How the hell did this infantry get all the way over here? What the hell? What is it doing? It's behind enemy lines. Do you think he can capture these properties? Not capturing any of these properties. You could be versus like a brain dead 700 player, and they're not going to allow you to capture these properties that are like well into the belly of the beast. No way. Come on. Way too ballsy with that. Medium tank. You want to get this lander over here for medium tanks and artilleries. You don't want to make the medium tank slog its way naturally. You want to get the lander transported to the front lines quicker. There you go. Like that. Good job, Genesis. Use those landers. Abuse those landers. Let's get those landers going. Oh, what? You're not capturing this freaking property, man. You're not capturing these properties either. Dude. Questionable engagement. You got 2 tanks over here. And this copter, I wish it was a little bit closer so it was covering this tank over here, but it's not covering it. So that tank's going to get punished. You need to bring these 2 tanks down. But now he needs to bring the tanks over here. So he's kind of like paralysis analysis. Where do I bring my tanks? I hope I don't see a dabble. If he's going to go bring them both down here or bring them both over here. You don't want to send one here, one there, because then they're all going to die. So no dabbling. Let's get some stabbling going on. Freaking dabble. Freaking dabble. There's a 1050 play right there. It's not good. It's just not good. Now both of them are going to die or get injured at the very least. Okay, I like the copter chains. Bring him to the strong side. Takes a little longer to reinforce. Gonna take him like 4, 1, 2, 3 to get him right now. 4 if you're gonna be on the normal offensive. Over here, just 1, 2, already at the comm tower. 3's well into the territory over there. So interesting. I mean, he sacked his freaking anti-air, so he kind of needs copters to defend these. If he has a copter here, yellow's completely unprepared. Luckily for him, Black has not brought a copter over here to really punish yellow. But if he had a copter, he'd have free reign over here. There's nothing to defend them. So I guess that's why he's bringing the copter over here. Jassy's definitely fallen off. I thought he had a better start. But he's definitely falling off in terms of unit count and stuff. I mean, he's not that far behind yet, but I can see these tendencies. I just know his unit count's going to suffer from these tendencies. Ahead on unit property value, which is good. And slightly ahead on the unit value in general, but... I guess it's just that it's going to shift. Genesis is going to be ahead on unit value at the end. Like free hit. Look, and then there's gonna be one tank to get it. Okay, luckily for him, that he want to attack it from over here and not in the forest. So this copter will get some action. But there's also an anti-air over there. But it's going over here. Okay, good. Okay, it's got coverage. It's got coverage. Whew. Almost shat my pants right there. I wanted to make sure that that freaking anti-air had coverage of the copter. I actually wonder, does a Sturm anti-air without any comm towers one-shot a Von Bolt copter? I have no idea. It might not kill it. We're gonna have to see. Actually, I don't think it does. Probably brings that to 1 HP. What? Oh my, look at this little gangbang going on in the corner. You're not getting that property. I bet he's gonna try capping it with it. He still thinks he can get it. Oh, Jazzy, you're such an optimist. That's why we love you. Okay, well, that's kind of dumb, but it worked out for him anyway because these are covered by the anti-air. He has no idea, but it should be attacking tanks and stuff, not random-ass infantry. Is he gonna try to join cap that? Oh my god, are you serious? What the? Oh, I'm dying over here. Actually, he might even get the property because there's so many, all these things. But is it? Oh, he's gonna lose so many units just to get that damn property. Look at this dabbling little tank over here. Imagine if this one was over here too. Like, such little dabblies. But Jazzy's got the income advantage. Good for him. Also, just micro thing. 8 HP tank, don't attack the full HP tank on there. You want to attack the 9 HP tank. And you probably want to attack from the city over here. You're not going to capture that city. You might as well use it as a some defense. Still not a single mech. Not a single tower by black. I mean, granted, Sturm copters aren't as good because they do garbage and they still get nearly one shot. Actually, they will get one shot by bomb and bolt anyway, so they're kind of weaker. 20% weaker like Drake copters. And they all still get one shot by anti-air, so they're not really good. So I understand not seeing that many, probably at least one though. You know, just one copter just dabbling with those. You know, if you're gonna dabble some copters. Unit count. Oh, he's gonna get the property. Look, he's gonna get the property, but at what cost? Like, look at all these infantry. What is this? Okay. I guess he's trying to get the copter now. But, okay. Another medium tank. Double medium tanks. I want to see more indirects. Another thing I haven't seen is indirects. Where are the artillery? You get an artillery over here. Imagine if you had a lander, plopped an artillery in this forest, just out of the dock. Landed here, plop forest. Never capping that. Never capping that. On the defensive, artillery are also great. The artillery are great on this map. Neither of them is taking advantage of indirects. Hell, a rockets is pretty damn good for Sturm over here. You can transport it with the lander. And then, like, I don't know, you pull it in these forests over here. I mean, I'm not advocating rockets necessarily, but I'm just saying they're viable. You can use them. They're not great, but you can use them. I would go freaking heavy artillery as Sturm right now. I would have at least 2 artillery at this point if I'm Sturm, being completely honest. Jazzy really going hard in on this. I don't think he's going to get it. There's 2 full infantry, full HP infantry. There's another tank. There's another infantry. I don't think he's going to get that. But he can try. He really is taking... This guy is going insane over... Killed the recon though. Jeez. Somehow holding this corner. I guess... These engagement though. You're attacking infantry and then you know a tank's going to follow up and attack you, right? From this city. Like... Jazzy is doing everything possible to get properties. Everything. He's ahead 5k. Okay, well, I'll give it to him. Like, congratulations, you got the 5k, but you're losing so many units. The unit count is starting to bite. I don't think it's quite apparent yet, but it's really going to get to him. He's got a lot of weak-ass units, taking pretty bad engagements. Far away, bad engagements. Far away, like, he's going to get clobbered on this side once the medium tank. Once the medium tank gets there, there's no real counterplay. Luckily for Jazzy... there is no copter, so this copter is going to do whatever the hell it wants over here. So it actually worked out. I wouldn't have put it in range of this tank, because the tank can now see it with vision and plan accordingly. Like, okay, we should back off. Put it 1 space back. Then he has no idea there's a copter. does whatever he wants over here. Then the copter comes out of nowhere like, gotcha, bitch. Boom. Copter comes in bombing him, sprays Agent Orange all over all of them and kills them. Like, let's do that shit. Come on. Play, what's it? Newborn Son or something like that. You know, the one they did in the Vietnam War before they sprayed everyone with Agent Orange. Something Sun. So, yeah, medium tank comes in. Does 6 damage to an infantry on a plane. That is so pathetic. Oh my god, Jassyp's gonna get both comm towers, isn't he? Isn't he? But he's losing this side so hard right now. Like, you got the property, but now your units are so boned over here. They are so screwed. There is no hope for Jassyp on this side over here. Yellow or black is going to get that comm tower eventually. So he's got 2 comm towers. So we got 30% attack versus 80% attack. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Okay, smart move. You saw the anti-air. Yeah, front switch. Smart move. Can't fault anything about that. Saw the copter, so he knew to stand back. Look. And now builds the anti-air. Imagine if you had a copter without showing anything. Take longer for them to build the anti-air. Take longer for them to prepare for the defenses. Would have kept attacking. You don't want to be obvious about your copter placement. You want to hide your unit. If your units aren't attacking, keep them clandestine. Keep them hidden. What the actual flup is this copter doing? It's going on his little private mission over there. What are you hoping to accomplish with this copter? It's in range. It's going to die. But, like, what are you hoping to accomplish over here? Are you literally trying to go into the belly of the beast like, hey, got you. You're at your bases. Let's go. Like, what is this copter doing? I think it's like Top Gun Tom Cruise before he was a Scientologist or something. Like, what's going on here? Easy. Doesn't... It only does 8 damage. Doesn't one-shot it. But I guess this infantry can finish it off, maybe. Attack from the mountain, boy. Ooh. Alright, well, can you get an intel? At least you're on your stealth mission. Come over here, see what he's building in this base or something. I don't know. Maybe that was the whole goal all along. Get some intel. Yeah, oof. Terrible engagements, but Jassyp is ahead 6k and 2 comm towers. But the engagements are god-awful. There we go. Artillery. Artillery. Now we're seeing what we should have seen 10 turns ago. Maybe not 10, but like 8, 7 something turns ago. Get some artillery in there. You want to get artillery earlier than later because they take forever to set up. And then your tanks come in afterward. Build an artillery early, slogs over here. Then the tanks come in later, and you're good to go because the tanks will catch up from the 5 movement of the artillery to the 6 movement of the tanks. And the copters will catch up too. You want to get artillery earlier rather than later. Even with the landers, you still want to get it earlier. Jassyp. Yeah, okay, you see an artillery. And, cool. That was worth 9k. Got trapped. I guess he knew that. Being really reckless with his copter. Shit, like reckless with the vision and now reckless attacking. I mean, imagine there's just an anti-air over here. I mean, it's not too unreasonable to have an anti-air. Just all out. Doesn't have anything for the medium tank, but still going all out. I just don't understand it. Bring in these 2 copters over here. Have triple copters. 1 anti-air kills a copter. Kill the anti-air, then you got 2 copters without any anti-airs to attack back. That's why copter spam is good. Because, you know, theoretically, 1 copter is going to at least die to an anti-air every time versus skilled opponent. So you want to have a lot of copters. So, because most people don't have 2 anti-air on the same front. Usually you build 1 anti-air, like, I'm good with copters. I'm good. 1 anti-air to every 1.5 copters. So if there's 3 copters, I build 2 anti-air, etc. But, like, most people don't have more than 1 anti-air on one side. So copter spam is quite viable. Terrible engagements. Give up a free tank over here. Basically for nothing. They're still pretty even. Actually, I'm surprised by the unit count. I thought yellow would be a lot farther down than he is. Oh, he is. I don't think it's updated yet. He's definitely lower than Genesis. And this copter, I don't know what the hell it's doing. Is it gonna go over here and see what's going on in both bases? Like, what is its game plan? Holding on to these properties, like that's impossible. You're not gonna hold on to that anyway. So yellow got it for a few turns, but what the hell? Just bringing this tank in here. I guess, I don't know. Really reckless. This guy reminds me, I think I bring up his name before. What was his name? There's this one player who doesn't give a shit about his units. Doesn't give half a shit. Plays like Lash in real life. Only wants properties. You're ahead 7k in properties, but you're down 15 units. Yeah, I got 16 units, but I'm ahead 7k, 8k in property advantage. Who gives a shit? If I have 35 units versus 15 units, I don't give half. I'm capturing those properties back. That is only temporary. And how are you gonna even what is your capture game even looking like if you have like 10, 15 less units? This, what the freaking fluff? Okay, you can't kill it. It's there. You can see that one property. Okay, that's just so weird. Like, okay, you can. Okay, that's kind of cool actually. You can see what's going on here. It was definitely not worth 9k to freaking do its kamikaze mission, but that's kind of cool. Behind the scenes intel. That's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's not a good move, but kind of cool the same. You know, real respects real. I understand the hustle. Well, that shit came out of nowhere. I did not even see that coming. All these random ass fights. I hope he prepared that. I would have got my lander involved. Maybe put a lander and the black boat together right here, and then build like a tank or some shit, and then the meteor strikes that. Because who gives a shit about a weakened black boat and a weakened lander? I mean, you can avoid putting them on the docks. You can put the black boat here, so he doesn't even have to pay repair costs. Abuse those free income right there. Those two together are 20,000 in unit value. 12,000, 7.5 thousand. That's 19.5k. That's pretty damn good. I would have abused that using the move planner to make sure the meteor strike attacks units who don't give a shit. That just neutered completely this offensive right there. So that was a good meteor strike. And now black's coming in to clean up the trash. Yeah, there you go. And yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Winning on both sides. Black is winning on both sides. More units. More unit value by a lot after that meteor strike. But bomb bolt's coming, and I bet my ball sack is gonna land here. He needs to prepare a ball, but yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna land over there. See, not using the lander or the black boat to suck up the ex machina. Every time I like say ex machina, like, oh my goodness, it's ex machina. Have you seen the movie about the robot and the Turing test? Like, cool, I understand. I just don't give a shit. That's why. Yep, going over here. Oh, it's a boombler. I mean, it was an explosion, but you know, they're kind of zapped. I would have liked some more electricity going through. That would have been a cool sound effect, or effect in general. The ex machina. Me gusta los machinas. So, 7k income advantage. But at what cost? At what cost? Losing both sides? Temporary victory in terms of property advantage, but property advantage, not everything. And look at these wimpy ass 2 HP copters. Just so useless. Boom. Man, that didn't jack shit. But it doesn't matter because these tanks are coming in and cleaning up all the trash. Genesis role-playing a janitor over here cleaning up all this yellow trash. Yellow comet trash. Man, I don't want to make that sound racist or anything. Look at all these units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 or some shit like that. Versus, I don't know, 5, 6 units, 7 units. More units over here as well. Look at the unit count. Black is dominating on unit count. Builds a fighter. Fighters aren't bad on this map. Hell, why not? I mean, as Sturm, you probably prefer anti-air because fighters are weaker. And I don't think they one-shot bombers. Definitely not versus a Von Bolt. Without any comm towers. But still fighting into this shit. I mean, you need, I guess, oh yeah, 2 turns to reinforce. You can kill these copters over there. Ooh, let's slide this shit back. But yeah, okay. Well, a few good engagements over here. Because these are all zapped right now, they can't really do anything. So taking advantage of that. Sees all this stuff, but doesn't really have enough copters or anything to take it. I don't know why the anti-air is over on this side. I don't think Sturm would be... You would have a copter over here. You would know if he's bringing copters on this side. Why is the anti-air on this side? Bring the anti-air on this side where it's actually normal to bring like copters. That is so random. Just knowing where to put your units is another thing that some people might overlook. Bring your units to the proper side. Spamming infantry. Looks like he's saving up for something. Oh no, he had to spend... Whoa, 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 whoa! What the literal F? So there's a battleship. That's why. Bad buy. Just a bad buy. I mean, I like it for the meme value. I like it for the meme value in general. And maybe that's why I selected this replay. Who knows? But 28,000 over here for your strong side. I guess you really want to prevent that comm tower, but it looks like he's going to get it regardless. So, like, don't like it. Don't like it at all. But it's cool looking. Who can fault the guy? Now we're even on comm towers. It only took 19 days for Genesis to get his first comm tower. Even on comm towers, Jassyp is ahead 5k on income. Of course, Genesis got back this obvious property that's his. That was never going to last anyway. Retreating, good idea. You don't want to overextend. Now you see the battleship. Actually, he hasn't seen it yet, but... You don't want to get too cocky like Jazzy was getting over here. Like, what the frick is this? What is this infantry doing here? Do you think you're actually... Like, the balls on this dude. That's just free meat. Like... Tank probably came up here. Didn't even attack. He's like, what the hell? Didn't even expect to see an infantry. Like, what is going on? Why is there an infantry there? Whoa. Did he kill that? Dude, bring your thingy up there. Man, that 1 HP copter is really demanding attention from Mr. Genesis over here. That copter. Alright. Get a, okay, bring the copter over here. I mean, there's copters and stuff. You want to have at least an anti-air. I noticed that Genesis is severely lacking in the anti-air department. Jazzy P's got it in spades. He doesn't even know what to do with his anti-airs. He's sending them to the wrong fronts, but at least he has them. Genesis doesn't have any anti-air, just has a fighter at this point. I mean, the one I had earlier died, so you should have built like 2 turns ago more anti-air. Some people think you just build one and done anti-air. What the actual flub? Luck roll. I see the appeal. Copters coming in. No anti-air. There's no way to punish these copters. Jazzy is still alive. Terrible decision making, but still alive. Man, so reckless. And like... he's got to look at the replay. Like, don't you see that there's a tank there before? I guess not. Just... wanton disregard of like possible attacks from stuff. Just overextending on his weak side again. Jazzy is so aggressive. Too aggressive. And look at these guys getting in the conga line. Please, can we get off the island? Me first. Me second. Me third. Like, okay, like get your landers and blackboat shit together. What is this freaking thing doing? That is just a suicide. The tank's like, I'm not even gonna get out of my spot. Bye, bitch. All these tanks coming in. Genesis starting to take off on the unit count. We'll see at the end of the turn, but I think Genesis got it. I keep saying this every turn, but the unit count is definitely in Genesis's favor. He needs anti-air. That is Genesis's bane. More anti-air, more fighters, more whatever, but you need to punish these copters. These copters are keeping Jazzy in the game. Attacking free medium tanks, attacking free tanks, there's no punishment. But look, my god, look at all those infantry. Not a single mech. Why is there no mechs? Why is there not a single freaking mech? Imagine having half of these, 2 of these are mechs. You can push, like, what is going to stop you? Like, this one, okay, this battleship, of course. But, like, who builds a battleship? Get some mechs, you two. Get your shit together. Copters, unpunished. Except for now, finally going to get punished by a fighter. Finally. But they did so much damage. And, okay, there's a medium tank. Okay, Jazzy's not giving in. The battleship, finally, after 2 turns, is finally sort of in range of this comm tower. Like, okay. I mean, I guess you can get over here and port lock. Goodness, the battleship is port locked black. Like, goodness. What? Think of the children. Like, who gives a shit? Jazzy, whoa, double. Look at how few... Jazzy loves his anti-air. I mean, the last one suicided itself on the weak side, so I don't even know anymore, but like... Okay. Still even on unit count. I don't know how. I guess Genesis will also be kind of reckless with his units, but I think a better player, like higher level player, maybe give him 100 points, 1150. I think the unit count would be like 25 to 35 at least. Genesis, or the higher level player at this point. Jazzy being so reckless with his units. So reckless. Has no idea about this battleship though. It's hiding in the shoal. If you get attacked, you're like, oh, there's probably an artillery or a rocket even. No one has any idea there's a freaking battleship hiding in the reef over there. Jeez. Late game recon, not terrible. Don't hate. Don't hate it. Don't hate it because you ain't it. Yeah, you would like to see some mechs or something defending these. All you have is a single medium tank. These are kind of just sitting ducks, but I guess Jazzy doesn't have anything to attack anyway. I mean, he has a copter, and there's nothing to... You know, his anti-air is so out of position. If Genesis had better anti-air usage, I think Jazzy would have lost by now. Let me just say that. And granted, this is an uphill battle. Like, Genesis has been consistently behind 5k for the entirety of the match. 5k, 6k, 7k, I think maybe even 8k at one point. But Jazzy is sacrificing a lot of units, so Genesis should be happy about that. Imagine being 7k ahead on, or 5k. Like, don't get that thing. Imagine being 5k on income and just like throwing all units to die. Like, chill. 5 turns later, you got 25k more than your opponent. 6 turns, you can build your battleship and it won't even matter. Like, you get a free battleship after 6 turns. Like, think about that. We're at day 22. He's had this advantage for at least 10 turns or so. Like, you have in spades extra money. Don't be so reckless. Like, just hold down your properties. Alright? Like, let's not get too reckless over here. Let's not be, you know, balls to the wall on call kind of deal. And this battleship is... I mean, it's taken 3 turns and hasn't taken a single shot. But, I mean, it's gotta... Just get some targets now, I guess. And this fighter accomplishes thing. Now it's going to come over here. Not a bad idea. Does not see the battleship because it's hidden in the reef. The reef, not the reef. But there's medium tanks in range of the battleship, baby. Let's go. Genesis is probably going to be like, what the literal F was this? Like, has no idea what's going on. Let's see if he puts an infantry there and sees it. That'd be so weird. Such a weird feeling. You're like, for normal fights. Oh, where do all his units went? You plop infantry there, you see it in the reef, you're like, what the? That'd be a mind F. I hate saying F, but you know, I gotta keep this kid friendly, or else I'll get sued by Disney for some reason. Alright. Yeah, so we got the copters retreating, smart move, but then this fighter, of course, is front switching. We got double front switching, and everyone's front switching to this side over there. It's kind of cool thing to do, with air at least. Whoa, what did that? Okay, so our first victim is 7 HP infantry. We dropped 28k, and we haven't even done 1,000 damage yet. But hey, Battleship's not all about how much damage, but how cool it looks. The coolness factor is really real. Okay, so we got double our anti-air over here. It's day 23. This game is going on a while. Most of these games are done by day 20. There's like nothing over here. There's 3 infantry. Oh my god. Yellow has completely given up this side. Luckily for him, just a single infantry by black over here to take advantage and recapture all of his properties. Just a single infantry. The nearest ones are so far away. So, Jazzy, not jazzed about losing this side. There's nothing. Those are sitting ducks. I don't know why they didn't retreat this last turn. He has nothing at all. And the infantry are going forward? What the heck is going on here? This is like Mang's infantry, like on steroids. Like, yeah, give me some of that shit. And then just like attacking with these infantry. Like, what the? They're all dead. There's no hope. They're all dead. Man, I would have even started capturing this turn. I mean, he could have. Right? It was right here. Like, capture that shit. But, whatever. And not killing this last infantry for some reason. Okay, attack with the tank, man. You got so many units. Luckily, there's no infantry for black over here. Yellow should be, like, so jazzed about that. Jazzy should be jazzed. Death Ball formulating over here. Definitely on the strong side. Got unit value. Income advantage as well, but behind on unit count for sure. Just by virtue of sacking everything. Ooh, monkeypox. Let's see the stats. Does it show me the stats? Whoa, that's a lot of deaths. Okay. Okay. Yellow, you need to win this now. You basically have one single lone ranger back here. Oh my god. I'm already gonna call it. This infantry is gonna like try to capture that. It's gonna be like trapped. It's gonna be like YOLO. It's just gonna freaking die in a burst of flames. Okay, no, it didn't do that. But it won the forest. I would have gone back to the mountain, man. What are you doing in this forest? They saw you go to the forest, right? Like, actually, you didn't see him go to the forest. Well, no, you did, because the tank saw vision here, and he saw it move to the side. So there's no other place it could have gone, so he knows it's in the forest. I would have killed the infantry and moved this forward. I would not have wasted an artillery shot just to do one single HP to an infantry. Kill it with the infantry? Like, this is infantry garbage over here. You don't want to be wasting your time with an artillery. Those are precious artillery shots right there. Yeah, you want to have your artillery in this forest over here. Then you can capture this. Look, Jazzy is in good position to recapture this. Genesis, not so much. Not enough infantry over there. You should have had a lot more infantry. That's another thing. On your weak side, you tend to have a lot more infantry because they're ferrying black boats than your strong side. So good for Jazzy to move a lot of infantry over here. Whereas Genesis, all of his infantry over here. Not a single one over, just one single infantry over there. So he's not really going to be able to take much advantage of that. No mechs still. No one gives a shit about mechs. Everyone hates mechs, right? I guess that's just the meta. The hate mech meta. Is this going to do jack shit? Is that black boat? That black boat didn't take a single shot. That black boat didn't even attack. Or not black boat, the battleship. What the? 28,000. It didn't even do 1,000 in damage yet. Oh my goodness. Missile or fighter going in hot, but I mean it's gonna die to these two anti-air, so that's kind of reckless. Oh, or is it? Meteor strike. Well, that's at 2 HP and gonna die. Ooh, you can get some nice shots, but not really enough for an offensive over here. You got a bunch of infantry, 2 tanks, a fighter, and a medium tank. Actually, no, you got 4 tanks over here. But it's a little shaky. I mean, yellow's definitely got unit value, and then he's got the battleship over here. So, I don't know if I would go for this attack right here. I mean, it's tempting, but we'll see. It's not the worst thing in the world. And then retreating. I don't understand. You won the battle over here. At least kill off the infantry, right? And then you have all these without any interruptions. Now this thing can interrupt your cap over here. So that's a little strange. Genesis retreating, but then bringing the artillery forward. You want to be using these things. Get an APC or some shit, or a black boat again or something from this. Get these infantry over here ASA pizzle. Like, you need to be capping all this things. Take advantage. You got the unit value, or count rather, ahead by 8 units. Take advantage of that. The spoils of war. This is all yours. This is your playground right now. Ex Machina coming in hot. Or maybe that's why I moved him back. For the Ex Machina? I have no idea. I don't think so. That's kind of a bad thing. I don't know. It wasn't the worst Ex Machina. Doesn't kill it because he's got the meteor strike defense and this 2 HP anti-air, not doing jack shit. Killed off the medium tank though. I don't know if you guys saw that. Weakened with the battleship, then shot it down with the medium tank. Not bad. Bring in the recon. I like that. Oh my god. Interrupt the freaking cap over there. What are you doing? The Ex Machina went over here. You're not getting that freaking cap. What is going on? Why? You have the recon. You're bringing in the tanks. You're bringing in the copter. Why are you capturing a neutral property that's been there all game rather than stopping him from taking yours? Or just retreating or something? That's just... Oh my god. He might even get it because these are all weakened actually. There is a recon, but like, oh my god. Actually, no, he won't get it. This recon will probably get over there and show everything, but... The balls. This guy puts Mang's infantry to shame. This is like top level. No consideration for infantry. Who gives half a shit? They can all die. Who gives... No Best Buy gift cards were ever given out to a single infantry. All of them died. No one even gave half a shit. Not even a Circuit City gift card. Just thrown in the dump. Who gives a shit, right? Yeah, Recon comes in, you interrupt the caps. Too easy. Waste of time. Still has no idea this battleship is here. Maybe has some semblance of an idea. Maybe thinks there's a rockets in this forest that attack the medium tank over here, because it's just so implausible that you seize the battleship. You build a bomber? Doesn't have enough money for a bomber. Just spam some battlecopters probably at this point. Do 2 damage, 1 damage a turn to that battleship. Annoying enough. Let's see what black can cobble together. So many units over here. Retreating on when you're winning on the side. Man, Jazzy is ahead by a lot in unit value. But I mean, like, the most of it's in like 30K's worth, about 28K's and the battleship. So it's really not that close. But then he just got the property, so it's only a 3K disparity at this point. So, but look at unit count though. 36 to 26. 10 whole units. That's gotta hurt. And then a lot of these are like 2 HP units too. So, or 1 HP units. So... interesting. Luckily for him, Copter is not in range of that anti-air. Bring in these weak-ass Copters. Bring in more medium tanks. Still not a single mech. Mechs can help out so much over here. You can build a Copter or 2 mechs, maybe a recon or some shit. I mean, you get so much money. Really abuse that income. Like, build mechs instead of infantry over here. Pump out mechs with your extra 5, 6K. Then you have so many mechs. That recon would be scared shitless to even attack a mech on one of those things. Imagine a mech on like a city, a mountain, or something. It's gonna be so hard to dislodge it as Sturm, you know? Like, smartly, yeah, put all your weak shit over here. I mean, these are all dead. That was kind of a weird attack by Black over there, by Genesis. I don't quite agree with that. At this point, just go all in over here. Start capturing everything. Maybe pull back here. Push all in over here. There is literally nothing. This is all uncontested. He knows it too. Look at this recon. It sees everything. There's nothing. This is a wide open frontier. Bring all the shit in, clean up, win everything. Pull back over here. Don't attack the same, you know, double fronts at the same time. Pull back. Don't get up super, like, these are just free kills. Like, why didn't you just bring back to the forest and heal up? Like, T-Copter. Okay, you got to do what you got to do. Get those infantry over here. Start capping. Take advantage of him not having shit over there. He has so many less units, take advantage of that. Yeah, just win. Yeah, smart. Dumb, smart. Bring this tank back here. These units should be back here. Good. Maintain the unit lead. Yellow probably might attack. Knowing Jazzy, he will attack, but at least he's bringing them closer to the belly of the beast, closer to your reinforcements, rather than just giving free, absolute free kills over there. Free. Yeah, you see? These guys are fine. Nice to defend it. And Jazzy attacking over here for some reason. These are also free. We like free units over here. At 1050, sometimes you like giving free units in the fog. This is how it is. Give all these free units. Finally! Oh my god, finally, day 27. We finally see the first mechs of the entire match. Some of the best units on this map. And we finally see mechs. But he's basically lost this already. Like, what is... He's got an anti-air. Like, that Copter's not going to stand a chance. 1, 2, 3 infantry over there. He's going to get all those properties now. What are you doing? Stay back. Just give up the... Oh, he did do a good job weakening the infantry of this. So maybe that's why he went all out on the infantry. He did not want to allow them to recapture that comm tower. Alright, I can see the appeal in that. But maybe not recommend it, because unit count is king over comm towers. Healing up the stealth fighter, rather than just sacking it. Hell, I might just keep it near the black boat. The black boat heals of one thing every turn. Who knows? So you can build more Copters and whatnot. I'm not sure if healing is worth it. But, yeah, just going to its demise. Keep your anti-air hidden though. Should have put it in this forest over here instead of the tank. Then this Copter wouldn't have fled. Would have probably attacked the recon for God knows what reason. Then you get a free Copter kill, or at least weaken it. Yellow going hard over here, but not only has a single infantry to really take advantage. Same problem that black had over here earlier. Not enough infantry to take advantage of winning. So yellow is winning over here, but the infantry are not really able to take much advantage. Same issue that black had, but black now has copters over here. T-copter to transport infantry. Now he has 3 infantry. That's plenty. Start capping this property next turn, capping this property, bringing this into position. So, bring in the mechs. I don't like this corner-ass mech, too. That's kind of random. You might want to bring this copter at a different angle so you can bring this mech closer to the action. Where you can actually get closer to that mountain. Jassyp still has the income advantage. Oh my god, look at the unit value, though. Still ahead. And the unit count is actually not terrible. Jassyp kind of made a comeback. I guess he killed a bunch of all that free shit. That was like 5 free units from Genesis over here, so I can see why he got back in there. Yeah, he's pretty much back in it on unit count. But going for the comm tower. Really likes the comm towers or Sturm. Okay, you know, not a terrible idea. I probably would have captured the city rather than the comm tower, but a lot of people like comm towers, so whatevies. Bringing in the units, bringing in the units. 1 HP copter dying off here. Trying to kill these other copter does, but like, okay, these are all dead. Imagine having some mechs, imagine having some copters, imagine having anything really. Now it's just tail as 2 cities. Black winning over here, yellow winning over here. That's basically it. We finally have reached the part where the strong side has become the strong side for yellow. The strong side has become the strong side for black. That's just how it is. Oh, brutalized. Not a single Genesis unit over here. Luckily, just 2 infantry, full HP infantry, mind you. This one can go over here, start capping that. This one can start capping the comm tower. So they're doing base trades. It's like, sure, you can have my weak side, you can have my weak side. So, yeah, Tale of 2 Cities. These are dead, though. There's no support. These are just dead, and they're not, plop something on the freaking city, like, smart, capture first. Now, temporarily has 2 comm towers, so 20% attack, not bad at all. Boom, 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 boom. I would have attacked the tank first, and then the anti-air. You want to keep your anti-airs healthy. But yeah, this is a Tale of 2 Cities. But Jassyp does have the income advantage. Jassyp does have the unit value advantage. So if they do trade, Genesis will be ahead on the captures, but... Oh, I love these. Oh, look at these artillery. Took them long a turn, but oh my god. Imagine putting an artillery in this forest right here. You cannot bring your things around the bend anymore. To reinforce, you have to bring your tanks and stuff over here. Now you have to go via the port, and the port's about to get port locked as well. Damn, yeah, put 1 artillery here, 1 there. Nothing can pass by this shit. Nothing. I love the artillery in that spot. Smart move. Cutting off all reinforcements. There's still a little squeaker units in by over here if you're Genesis. Squeak them by. This tank's kind of scary, but maybe get on the HQ. Maybe bring something back over here, but... really cutting off the weak side. I like that. Controlling the weak side cutoff zone over here so black cannot transition over here to defend. Luckily for him, Jassyp only has a single infantry. Oh no, 2, 1 over there, 1 over there. HQ's awfully close. HQ is actually close for over here, and there's a T-copter as well. That's a bit scary. So you're gonna have your copters ready to defend the HQ. Now the mechs are coming in late. These ones died. He didn't learn his lesson. These are also being seen as well. Why are they bringing mechs at the worst possible time? Like, imagine those being in forests and mountains where they have good defense. Now they're just on shoals and roads and shit. Where they're just going to get... This is literally Normandie or something. Where's the one where everyone died when they landed on? It wasn't D-Day. It was like some other shit. Where they just all just died when they landed instead. The one they don't really talk about in history. Well, this battleship is completely useless. He won the side, but it wasn't because of that. Imagine a Neo tank. A bomber would have been better. Just kind of a meme unit over there. Yeah. Okay. This is starting to look scary. Oh my god, this is so close to HQ. I'd be frightened. But I think Jassyp knows that. I think he knows his HQ is scary. He's bringing in the rockets now. He's like, oh god. Scary, scary. Oh my god, look at all these infantry ready to capture threat. Oh my god, that's terrifying. My worst nightmare is getting HQ capped, so... But I mean, it's not great over here, too. He has 1... Okay, I like the infantry over here. You can only get 1 attack off... Or no, you can get 2 from the air, I guess. But I don't think you... Tank here. Copter there, I don't think that 1 hit, or 2 hit KOs, so you can keep putting like infantry there to stop from caps. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, back protected, smart, and it can cap the HQ if needed. If shit hits the fan, all right, we don't capture there, we capture this property. We capture this property. Like, it's not the end of the world. Oh, they're both getting a little bit, they're both halfway there to a superpower, so let's see if the superpowers come into play for the HQ threats. Here, if I'm Jazzy, I'm probably going to not even capture that. I'm probably going to move my infantry to get in range and really go for the HQ cap. Doesn't do that, though. HQ cap is the play at this point, in my opinion. I mean, I guess you win over here, and if there's a failed HQ cap all in by black, if it fails, that's a lot of effort. It's far away from the base, and then I guess you can win. Get an Ex Machina on that shit, and they're screwed. And hopefully the Genesis Meteor Strike just hits that freaking battleship or something random. See, if you're gonna bring all this shit over here, bring your infantry over there, threaten to cap it next turn. That's what you should do. And I don't know if that, I don't think that fighter one-hit KOs these copters, or if it does, it's maybe a roll. So you kill off this, you cap it, and then you surround it by copters. Okay, HQ cap is definitely, oh, go. Genesis going in! Oh, baby. Still in rocket range, though. Still in rocket range. Jazzy is fine. Jazzy is fine for now. But my goodness, it's scary. Oh, and the Meteor Strike. The power. Oh, and it hit the infantry, too. Thereby neutering that HQ cap threat. Oh, man. Oh, and you love to see the copter, the recon there. You see all 3 bases. That is beautiful. That is perfect intel right there. You can't see the copter or the airport, but that is near perfect intel. Seeing all 3 bases, that is a huge leg up. I'd take that over like 4K income advantage personally, just knowing every turn what my opponent is building. That's like priceless. And then, yeah, bringing in the artillery over here, it's like, yeah, you can stop it with the rocket, but like, I mean, you can stop it with the rocket, but I'm going to pop, lop, and drop it with the top, blop, blop, bop, bop, bop a bit. So you got to watch out for that. And these are getting picked up. Smart use of the power. Good awareness. Seeing that they're all bunched together like this, I think Jazzy was assuming the Genesis would wait for a superpower, so he just bunched the shit together and didn't really think about it. Unit value, Jazzy's still ahead because of that battleship. He's had the income advantage the entire game, I guess, so it makes sense. But this is looking really scary. And he's ahead by 10 units now. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay. Man, that tickle it. It only did 3 damage. Just gotta wait for an Ex Machina, I guess. And he resigns! And it's smart move to resign. I mean, not smart move, but it's kind of inevitable. You build an Ex Machina ball over here with your lander and shit. Make sure you just reinforce, capture, bring it down to 3. Bring another infantry there. Sack whatever the hell you need to sack. Sack everything. I mean, this artillery's getting that hit off on that rocket. But like, yeah, it's over. Oh my goodness, there were so many mistakes there, but that's part of learning. I think Genesis definitely played better. Jazzy had the income advantage the entire game, and it didn't really matter because of just poor usage of infantry. Like, I think there was a graveyard of infantry for Jazzy over here, just like dying, like at least 2 or 3. Graveyard of infantry over here, just super overextended. You don't really want to go beyond these cities over here, if that, if you're the yellow player. You don't want to go far. This is your weak side. Unless you make it your strong side and you go all out, more power to you, but that's just kind of asking for trouble, because you're just going to get in close reinforced range. It's a lander that can dump stuff off over here. An artillery can be in this forest. It's very dubious. But my goodness. So that's how you lose with an income advantage the whole time. You give up a bunch of unit counts, you build frivolous things like a battleship. That being said, I mean, if I want to say something good about Jazzy's play, I like the early anti-air. I like the unit builds were pretty good. I liked his unit selection for the most part, except for the mechs were a little late, but he finally did do them. I like the copters as well. The copter spam was good. I think he did better unit selection than Genesis overall. However, he was just way too reckless with his units. On the flip side over here, Genesis, I didn't like the early recon flipping sides over here and not really knowing what to do with it and kind of getting confused. I think I should have just stayed over here, prevented Jazzy from getting that first comm tower, would have helped him out a lot. At the end, I think he had better just situational awareness of where not to overextend. were not to push it. I mean, at the end, they're over here, kind of had a little graveyard of units as well, but not as much as Jazzy, not as blatant loss of lives. I mean, the unit count is the biggest telltale of that. Managed to have unit value as well, despite having lower income the entire game. Didn't sack as many units. Let's look at the stats. Goodness. So Genesis, he had 25,000 in deaths, and he killed 313,000 versus 250. That's 60,000 worth of units. Let's see. Generated. Oh my God! Generated a whole $100,000 buckaroos advanced wars than the opponent. My God, that's crazy. But more power. I like the cop at the end there. So many deaths though. Oh my God. But then look, more than 100,000 in deaths. So that was just completely lost. All that extra 100,000, forget about it. You have all these in deaths and whatnot. So I didn't like that at all. But yeah, so I hope you guys learned something from this video, how to play Normandie, what not to do more mechs, put more recon pressure on your strong side, not your weak side, know what to do with it. Don't build battleships, don't build carriers. I don't think you can even get a carrier in range of the lock anyway, so don't even try that. Just know your strong side, know your weak side. Jazzy was attacking all fronts at once, and we saw how that happened. And then artillery are great. Took them a while to realize how good they are, but late game, like, yeah, artillery here, cutting them off the units from Jazzy, that's a death sentence right there. And seeing to understand the artillery is super good at the end right there. But hope you guys learned something. I'm still accepting replays for Advanced Wars games, so the bar is high. I've probably gotten like 40, 50 replay suggestions. So I want a good game. I want a back and forth where you don't know who's gonna win. I don't want you beating your opponent silly and building mechs and aircraft or carriers and whatnot. Who gives a shit? Just show me the good games, and I'm still accepting fog, standard. I don't care. No high funds, and that's it. Anyway, hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself, and I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.